Probably Phoenix. Just, that marking the end of full-time racing, right? So that one will be super impactful. I think the rest of the year, and honestly, we put a lot of thought into this when we made the announcement, right, that I was going to retire before the season started. Was to have this press conference, answer all the questions, get it out of the way. When the checker flag flies today for the Daytona 500, all the attention and everything needs to be on the racing season. It's not going to be about me. I don't want it to be about me. The rest of the season is going to be business as usual. But then when we go to Phoenix, that's going to be where it kind of hits me. That one's kind of circled on the calendar.
On the outside, Joe Gibbs racing on the inside.
You're just pushing and shoving, and it seemed like he was kind of out of control the lap before that, so I was a little bit nervous about it, but nothing you can do. I'm on the inside trying to push the 19. All the guys on the inside seem to be able to take the push pretty well. My car definitely accepted the push really well, so I thought we were going to have a really good day. So it sucks that it ends before we get any points.
Yeah.
It seems like you've kind of gone into that backstretch wall in the Daytona 500 a few times now. Just how disappointing is it that the racing was like this at the end of stage one?
It is what it is. I think that we've done about all we can, so it is what it is. Definitely expect the racing to be crazy at the end of stage one, but you just hope that everyone kind of controls it and can get through it, and obviously not. Yeah, it felt great. Really not. There's not a whole lot that is way different. I feel like you can do similar things, and if anything, I thought they were a little bit more stable up until then. So I thought it was pretty good.
Thank you.
Yep.
William, when you hit the wall, did it react the same as the old car, or was it any different with the next?
Yeah, it was the same. Obviously always a hard hit, but I didn't feel like it was any worse. I think is what it is.
Thank you.
I didn't see anything. I think I saw a car flying through the air, but other than that, just ran in the back of whoever was in front of me, and something in the steering broke.
How careful do you think everyone was being? Brad Keselowski had a strong push there, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, everybody that I was around was pretty calm. So moved the lanes. I saw the guys handling up front. Everything looked fine, and I was blind to what happened, so I really don't know what went wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if it was too much. I just think it might have been in the wrong spot. It's hard. These bumpers don't line up as good as the old ones did, so through the testing, I always found that dead center was the best. So when I was pushing Joey or whatever, you want to push in the center of the bumper. I think I can tell. I haven't watched a good video of it yet, so don't take what I say to the bank. Obviously, I'm not questioning Brad's ability, but I think he just got a little wide on my right side and kind of shot me on the inside there. We were working good together up to that point. There was a couple moments where I was having to save it kind of sideways, and obviously just one too many and ended up upside down. Got real light and blew over. I guess, I don't know if it was diffuser that did it or what, but once I got upside down, once I got backwards, I just blew right over. So, as far as the cockpit and everything safe, I didn't get hit hard at all. So luckily all good there and able to move on.
What do you take from speed weeks? You had a really good speed week. What do you take from it, and how do you kind of get over this at the end of it?
Yeah, we take confidence from it. At the end of the day, everyone knew we were here. We were leading when we crashed. So, our Wood Brothers group brought a fast forward down here, and we were showing it. So, stage points really matter, and as a rookie year, it's big to get them. So, felt like I wanted to push for those, but obviously I'd love to be out there racing still. I think that's the safest spot. So just have to watch. You know, it's easy to say, oh, I just got a bad push and spun, but I feel like the people that always get better are ones that can look at themselves and learn from it. So that's what I'm gonna try and do and try and get better. Yeah, I think the roof line itself is lower, but they've got us lower in the car as well. So I'd say my head is about in the same spot as it was in my Xfinity car. So I didn't notice like any intrusion or anything. I thought it was maintained its shape pretty well. Obviously it's gonna move and bend some, but no, I didn't notice any intrusion there. I think it was so far a good testament to the car being safe.
What I saw is I was pushing the 18, and then once we had that restart, the 6 got back in the mix, and he was pushing the 21, and 21 was trying to hang on, but he was out of control for a few laps. Not his fault, he was getting shoved, but the 6 just kept pushing really until finally we wrecked. So it was just you got to kind of pay attention to the car in front of you and see if he's about to wreck, and that we could see that they were going to wreck. They kept going, and Brad was just insistent on pushing at all costs.
Is that bad? Is that wrong? Is that just?
No, it's not wrong. It's just not bad for us. It protected us and puts guys out. This is a part of the race that you can't control, right? It's if you do everything right, somebody 20 foot to your right makes a mistake and can take you out. So again, it was unfortunate for us, especially considering like what we were racing for. There, it wasn't the end of the race, but everyone's got their own agenda and way that they want to manage the race. It just wasn't good for us.
Was that over aggressive at that point?
At that point, obviously it's over aggressive because it caused a wreck, but I saw it coming, and that's the tough part, is that like you could see the 21 was kind of sideways and out of control, and Brad just wouldn't let him go. Like eventually got to let him go, get his reins back, and he just wouldn't let him go.
I feel like usually you kind of play it safe a little bit in the early going, maybe drop to the rear. Is that something you wish you maybe would have done here?
I would have, honestly. If I went boxed in, I probably would have dropped to the rear. Simply when I saw that the 6 and 21 were really being aggressive there. I was being aggressive with the 18, but like I could tell where he was at, and when we were attaching how stable he was. But my strategy usually is don't even worry about stages here, but it's so hard to pass, honestly. It takes, I don't think you'll see anyone go from the back to the front in the last 20 laps. These cars are just kind of so evenly matched that push drafting is the only way you can get really an advantage, and there's really only 2 lanes to get going. So it's not that third lane that you've had in the past to kind of go from the back to the front. So it'll be really tough, which is why I was trying to keep my track position up front, which is in turn why I got in trouble.
Yeah, I had a run off of 4 there and was just going to pick up the 4 to help the top lane, and I didn't realize how close he was to the 17. So I hit him pretty hard as he was getting to the 17, and it got Kevin out of shape and crashed. So I hate that happened. It's kind of a product of this racing, but still I probably should have just had a little bit better judgment. But it's just so hard to see in front of him when we're on the straightaway. Once we get in the corner, you can kind of see through the banking and stuff, but on the straightaway it's just hard for me to see in front of him.
Were the bumps a little sketchy all race long with the new car?
It looks sketchier than it feels, I think. I think they're a little more easier to handle with somebody pushing you than last year's stuff, but for whatever reason it looks like you're out of control getting pushed. So it should be a wild finish.
How difficult is it to have hands, especially with it being so close to the finish line?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna have a good shot to sneak away a win there, but just fell short. So we'll try again next year.
Yeah, I felt like we put ourselves in position there, and got stacked up on the top, and the 4 car came down. I think we were running 6th or 7th, and got hooked in the right rear. But it's a challenge. Being a 1 employee operation. We only run 4 races a year, so to be able to come out here and go run in the top 10 and what was looking like to be in the top 5, the car was awesome. The ECR power was great all day. I could make any run I could want, and I really enjoyed it from behind the wheel. So really happy with how we kind of paced out the day and stayed patient throughout the whole race. Just definitely a bummer. I watched the replay earlier and so close to not getting hooked, and who knows, you might have an opportunity to change your career.
Overall, how will you remember your Cup debut, knowing you were up front late in the going?
You know, I felt like we did. We put ourselves in all the right positions, and you know, it just wrong place at the wrong time there at the end. But you know, we kept on gaining and getting closer to the front, and you know, I just can't thank everybody from Beard Motorsports enough. It's really been a crazy day. I never dreamed of or thought I'd be here racing in the Great American Race, but a lot of great fans out here. It's been a really enjoyable week and weekend down here, and it's just a really awesome opportunity we've had.
Todd, how will you remember your Cup Series debut, knowing you were up front late in the going?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like overall it was a good debut for me. I feel like I was never the one, you know, making the really dumb mistakes. I feel like if I got kind of hung out, I would just kind of take it and regroup and come from the back. So I think it's just always really fun. I love super speedway racing. You know, we were saying in the Infield Care Center, this place takes a lot more than it gives to you. So I missed 2 out of the 3 wrecks and just got caught up in the 3rd one. But overall, you know, 2 clean green flag pit stops. Good team working with my team, and I mean, we were up front with, I don't know, 10-ish to go. So I think I was kind of, you know, right where I wanted to be.
Aric, last Daytona 500, you scored top 5. What's tonight mean?
I wish it was a few spots better. Man, I'll want this one back for sure. I thought I was in a great position. I thought I had an opportunity to make a run. I just didn't quite clear the 14 getting into 3, and he hung on my quarter panel, and I lost McDowell, my helper, in the middle of 3 and 4, and that was really the difference. If I could have cleared the 14 and kept McDowell as my helper, I really feel like I would have had the momentum to get by those guys and get to victory lane. So, man, that was close.
How do you feel now compared to after this race in 2018 when you lost that one?
Similar, except, you know, 2018, I ended up in the Infield Care Center. It feels better to lose and still finish in the top 5. But it still stinks to lose. I wish I was over there in victory lane, to be honest. I mean, it's the greatest feeling in the world to win one of these Cup races, and especially the Daytona 500. And yeah, I came up short.
Chase Briscoe, how's it feel to finish the Daytona 500 in the top 5?
Well, first off, it's always good just to finish the Daytona 500, right? But yeah, it was you know, a crazy race. I mean, this race is always a race of somewhat of attrition, and for us, you know, we get turned there by Austin early in the race. We had a little bit of damage and was able to kind of maintain, and then, you know, was going a lap down and another, you know, half a lap, and was able to get up for the field and really save our race. So to finish 3rd is good. You know, to start the year off with a new partner in the tractors is always nice to, you know, see them guys how excited they are for the race. But yeah, it's a good start to the year, and you know, we want to be a playoff contender. So for us to come out here with a 3rd place is really good.
What are your thoughts on the package? How it raced overall tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the beginning, the first 3 quarters of the race, I don't think it matters what package we run. We're all going to kind of ride around and just try to get there to the end. But at the end, I'll say that these cars, I only obviously ran last year in the old car, but you're driving these things. I mean, it's a handful, and you're really earning your money tonight. So, you know, the pushes, everything is just so on edge the whole time. And, you know, it reminds me of the early 2000s, watching guys. You're really working the wheel, the thing's bouncing all over the place. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what it does at Fontana next week, but it was definitely a handful tonight, but a lot of fun.
You're walking yeah, the feeling of dejection and failure. You know, we succeeded on all levels, but we failed. at the same time. And so going through that, trying to ride that is super tough. And you know, maybe 2 days, maybe 3, probably a freaking week I'll get over this. But California Sunday, that's one thing that people ask me about, you know, what motivates you? Is having another chance next weekend to go back to victory lane. So I'm excited.
What made you wince when you were watching the replay on the video board at the end? What did you feel like you wish you could have done differently?
I don't know if there was anything. I just hadn't seen the replay, so that was the first time seeing it. I think they'll reckon his ass, but yeah, he still would have won by the time we hit. Yeah, he would have crossed the line. So just dang.
What else could you have come into this race and prove to some of the haters that were
It don't matter what I do, dog. It don't matter if I give everybody $1 million, they still gonna hate me.
What else could you have done in the closing laps to better position yourself in the lead?
Had some more help from behind, but who knows how much that damage was really hurting us. So it is what it is, man. We'll take it and go on.